Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I want y'all to try to do me a favor and hold on to your brain cells as I give you this video to digest. There's a little bit of language in here, not too much, but that's not even the point, right? The level of foolishness that you're about to hear is probably going to go unmatched, but here we go.
Okay, you guys, yes, I am a mother of 7 kids. 7 kids. I had my first child at 14 years old. Yes, I had my first child at 14 years old. I do not regret it. He is well, healthy, and he's 19 right now. God, praise God. Yes, you guys, I have 7 kids, 7 different baby daddies. Yeah, 7 different baby daddies. I heard it. You heard it right here. 7 different baby daddies, 7 kids. Had my first child at age 14. Yes, and I do receive 3,000 in EBT food stamps. Yes. We are so happy. We are so blessed. We are very thankful. Yes, we are happy where we're at in life right now. We are happy. Yes, we are happy. Yes. Like I said, it's gonna be haters, people gonna be jealous and all that. Y'all can keep y'all little comments, but at the end of the day, my kids are taken care of. That all that matters, okay? That's it. That's all that matters. We ain't worried about y'all. Peace. Okay, they're never gonna get rid of government assistance. You must be dreaming. I need you to wake up. It's called Be Your Own Boss.
So this is what happens when the lost value system, lack of spiritual value, lack of sense, lack of all common decency becomes your whole personality. Several cringeworthy and egregious things were said in this video. I may only be able to point out a few. The first thing that we can't overlook is that she was saying 7 children, 7 baby daddies, as if this was a shocker. See, that alone we need to absorb. We need to absorb the fact that in the Black community, it is not odd, neither is it shocking for a woman to say that she has multiple children by an equal number of men. Up to, including, and past the number 7. So her saying it and repeating it as if we were supposed to be shocked was unnecessary, because, ma'am, a bunch of y'all do that. And then they be trying to figure out, how is it that women it's more single mothers than it is single men? Because of this dynamic? Because each of those men probably have one child. It could be more, but she's got 7. The next thing, there's no way, listen, when I say it's male hyenas, this is what I'm talking about. Because who procreated with her 7 times? Surely not the lions, right? So are we prepared to say that there aren't any male hyenas that are running around not only procreating, but even given the time of day, getting into so-called situationships, relationships, whatever kind of ship you want to say it is? That there were more than 7 men. It was just 7 men impregnated her. But please understand that she's had more than 7 sexual encounters. So not only the men who impregnated her problematic, the men who even allow her to breathe their air are also problematic. Aside from that, she goes on to tell us that her first child was had at 14. Ma'am, don't be getting on here telling us about your trauma in a way to act like you're not traumatized by that. That's trauma. Because anytime a 14-year-old girl is allowed to be somewhere, laying up, getting pregnant by some boy or whatever, you got to know the level of dysfunction and chaos that was going on around her was unimaginable. Because either she was touched and got pregnant, or she was fast and got pregnant. Either way, the level of chaos and dysfunction that had to be present, because no matter how dysfunctional my household was as a teen, I bet you my mama knew where I was at 14, and it bet not have been laying up with no boy getting pregnant. My time was accounted for, dysfunctional or not. So to imagine the level of chaos and lost value systemness that had to be surrounding her in her childhood life to even be able to be somewhere long enough at 14. At 14, you just is a freshman in high school at 14. You just graduated 8th grade a little while before that. Instead of somewhere getting your lesson, you were somewhere bouncing on an eggplant. Girl. And you got to blame her environment, because at 14, you're a child. I don't care how fast you is. So we understand that whoever was in charge of raising her failed her miserably. She didn't get taught anything positive about being a woman. She didn't get taught nothing positive about being a mother. There's been no spiritual insight, and there has been no desire to receive it. Okay? So I need everybody to get clear on that part. The next part, she said she was getting $3,000 in EBT per month for 8 people, 7 children and herself. Mind you, there's no man. Out of the 7 men that bothered to impregnate her, not one of them is in a committed relationship with her. Not one. Now, you can't tell me that you don't know that the destruction of the Black nuclear family has been financed and funded by the state. You don't know that. See, you can run around with the narrative like these chicks be doing and talking about how Black men just don't want to be providers, and they don't want to be protectors, and they don't like being fathers, and they just leave their families. And see, you can say that, but then you have this going on, right? Now, she done made this a whole personality trait. But when you get past the foolishness of her behavior and how she presented it, we have a female that is receiving, from what she say, $3,000 per month in food stamps. This goes back to what I was talking about before a couple of live streams ago, where I was talking about how, you know, how these women be coming up with these exorbitant amounts of money that men have to make in order to be with them, and you be trying to scratch your head, figure out how you come up with a number like that. And it goes back to her feeling like a man, in order to come into her life, has to do at or better than the government. Right? So if she's getting $3,000 simply for the food expense, you tell me, what do a man have to make in order to spend $3,000 just on the food expenses alone per month? You do the math, because that's more than a lot of people make per month in wages anyways, right? $3,000 a month is what, $36,000 in a year? So that's already approaching the average earner money, annual money. Cannot spend $3,000 on food. That's more than people's rent. They're just trying to make it. Now let's say you have a man making $150,000. Still, $3,000 just on the food expense? No, 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 not $3,000 on the food expense, even with inflation. No, 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 no. And with EBT, there's no taxes. So we're talking about $3,000 straight. So you know she's selling the stamps, because you can't even eat $3,000 worth of food every month. I don't care how many. You have to have more than 8 people per month. Okay. And I know kids can eat a lot, but they're not eating that much, especially the type of stuff she buying. Right? She's not meal prepping. She's not buying no good meals, hearty meals to fill nobody up. Right? So you can only eat so many zooms and wham whams till your stomach hurt, and all that kind of stuff. Right? But aside from that, let's go back to the math. Let's say a man is making about $150,000 a year. He can't match that. He can't, with his money, paying market value rent or mortgage, because with them many people, you need a home with at least 5 bedrooms and at least 3 bathrooms to accommodate everybody. Okay? You need at least 2 vehicles, one for himself, the other one for her and the kids. Okay? Food, clothing. This is necessities I'm talking about. I'm not talking about vacations. I'm not talking about luxury items. I'm talking about basic living expenses. Everybody school clothes, everybody's haircuts, everybody's, toiletries for the home, and all these sorts of things. Who can do this? The man that can match what the government is giving her or exceed it would actually need to be wealthy. He actually would need to be wealthy to just spend the $3,000 for food expenses alone. Let's just say it actually costs that, which we know it does not. But let's just say, for the sake, he would actually need to be wealthy. Now the problem comes in is, which wealthy man is she even breathing the same air with? Who? Not even for recreation. Not even for recreation. Here's what I want you to understand. The man that would make the money to cover all of her expenses and or exceed those expenses, she does not know this person. And he does not know she exists, and he never will. This why they don't respect me, black men as providers. Now you can't tell me that in the 60s, if this is going on in 2024, you can't tell me that in the 60s, black women were not opting for this over the presence of men in the home. Y'all not ready for that conversation. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.